So I had a hard time dating with Japanese guys because then okay, there's something going on.
Hey guys and girls on Ask Japanese, greetings from Tokyo! This is Kathy Cat, but today we're gonna have a special guest. Today we're gonna talk about Japanese boys. Now you remember we've done a lot of videos where we talk about how they are, what they do, what they like, what they don't like, and we got a special guest to help us out and find out more about this topic. Jang! Asagi from Asagi's Life. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
I'm Asagi from Asagi's Life. I make videos about Japanese culture, Japanese reaction videos, and I'm almost also a dancer, so please check my channel if you are interested in.
Yes! And today's topic is gonna be, we're gonna talk about Japanese boys, what they are. We're gonna try and figure out Japanese boys together, so let's have some fun! よろしくお願いします。
お願いします。
Let's go!
よろしくお願いします。
No, a lot of our viewers are from the West, and generally what people want to know is like comparing foreigners and Japanese boys, what are like the biggest differences? And one thing that in the interviews, when we were interviewing people in the streets, many people said Japanese boys do not do ladies first. True or false?
False? False.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In your experience, there are actually Japanese boys who do ladies first?
I think they do, especially people nowadays. I think they are learning more how to treat ladies. So yeah, I think it's improving.
Oh, we have some change coming in the recent years.
Yeah.
This is good. So what is like the kind of ladies first thing that Japanese boys or you like boyfriends would do for you?
I think the biggest difference is mostly they pay for dinner or lunch, our dates in general. So I mean, I don't mind paying, but who is not happy if someone is paying for you? So yeah, I think that's a biggest thing they do as ladies first.
I think like I heard that's been from the old days. The idea is like the man does pay for the woman's meal kind of thing. So that
Exactly.
still exists kind
Yeah.
of thing. What about opening doors, walking on the side of the street, letting you enter the elevator first? What about that?
More people are learning things like that. So guys who are more aware of how Western guys do or how to do ladies first, I think they still do that. But if the guy is a little bit not used to dating with girls, maybe they don't.
When did you say, he knows what to do? And when did you go like, I wish he'd do that? Like, did you have like a good and a bad experience with that? With like ladies first kind of mannerism?
I have some kind of experiences when we enter elevator. They just go first and they leave first. And they shut the door. And I was like,
In the door?
that kind of situation is that happens, and you know, it feels a little bit awkward. Yeah, I think many guys actually open the door for me, even they are Japanese. So
Ooh, positive changes. Very good experiences. Wonderful. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's like the ladies first that you experienced in Japan. So comparing that to Westerners, can you see a difference?
Western guys definitely are more good at taking care of ladies, like open the door for me, carrying heavy stuff for me, like my big bags or shopping bags kind of things. That happens.
So it seems like the director was saying it. It sounds like Japanese boys are more mentally trying to do ladies first, while Westerners try to physically help with their body strength, help out more. What do you think
Yeah,
about that?
actually that sounds like true. Japanese guys have more mentality that if you are a guy, you have to take care of ladies. Like that's kind of responsibility.
You mean
for
like
them.
by paying for the meal and stuff
Yeah.
like that? Next topic is that many say it's really hard to read a Japanese boy's facial expressions. It's hard to tell when they lie, when they hide a certain emotion from you. What do you think about that? Is that a problem? Because sometimes we heard some girls in our interviews say, we don't know what they're thinking.
Yes, I think Japanese boys are less expressive. So I had a hard time dating with Japanese guys because they expect me to read their mind. Like I am angry about that, but he doesn't really tell me, but like
You had to kind of mind read.
Yeah.
So he's angry, but he won't tell you he's angry. So, and then he gets angry at you for not realizing that he's angry.
Yes, exactly.
Oh man! How do they show you in the end that they were angry and they wanted you to realize that they're angry? How do they show that?
They are quiet.
But they're generally quiet too!
So you have to ask, hey, what's wrong with you? Did I do something wrong? Or things like that. Then they're gonna talk. I mean, maybe you have to ask him like twice or 3 times, but he's gonna tell. He's gonna tell if you ask.
I don't want to be rude to anyone right now, but hearing this, that sounds the same to me what Western boys say about Western girls. They kind of like, she was angry at me and I didn't know she was angry, so I had to ask her what she was angry about. It seems to be a cultural thing that some people just keep certain facts in and they need to get asked about that. Oh, how did you resolve those issues? Well, how did you resolve that? Just like asking questions?
I thought that was the only way because they don't really express. Otherwise, they are just quiet and, you know, even when I ask like happy stuff, like, hey, don't you think this dog is cute or something like that? He's like, then okay, there's something going on. Let's talk kind of situation. So
is it hard to talk with Japanese boys? Because I heard they hold a lot of their emotions in. So is it hard to talk with them? Or is it actually once you start asking the right question easier?
I mean, in the end, you have to talk, right? But Japanese people tend to avoid the conflict or argument.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you need some try, you know. Not just ask once, but maybe twice, 3 times. Or,
okay.
yeah.
But it makes me really curious now because I know you've dated Japanese boys and you've dated Western boys. The reasons for fighting, were they different? Do Western boys deal with it differently when they're angry than Japanese boys when they're angry?
They are very direct and they try to solve like right now. Like, Asagi, talk to me right now. What is going on? What are you thinking? And I was like,
It seems like the roles are reversed now. It seems like you're the one who didn't talk in that situation and kept it in a little bit longer, right?
Sometimes I'm not just ready to talk about it and just need time. And if I just tell them, like, I need a time, just leave me alone for a second, they would understand. But yeah, some people are very aggressive, aggressive to talk, you know, and solve the situation. Yeah, sometimes that's intimidating for me, but yeah, I think I'm in the middle, like not completely Japanese, but not completely Western-minded. So yeah,
right in the middle.
I understand both, though.
You understand both worlds. But personally, it's easier for you to deal with a Western boy when he's angry or a Japanese boy when he's angry?
Probably Western.
Why is that so?
Yeah, it's more simple. Just if we talk, they try to understand you. If I just don't feel like I want to talk right now, I can just tell them. It's Japanese guys who are not open to talk. It's a little bit harder for me. I can't really tell what people are thinking without talking. So
the mind reading can become quite difficult then in the end.
Yeah.
俺が相手だ
So in Japan, there is honne and tatemae, right? There's the real feelings and the feelings that are for show, like, you know, oh no, I'm fine. The same thing when you ask someone, how are you? I'm fine, and they're really not fine. How do you get Japanese boys to open up and show you their honne, their true feelings?
I want to ask.
The same question.
How?
It's difficult.
Yeah, I was the one who was like, I believed the tatemae and didn't think about honne. So yeah, I felt really dumb if I think back then.
So they were hiding their feelings so much and you couldn't quite open that facade and go like, this is how you really feel. It was hard?
It was really hard, even for me, Japanese. So yeah, I think keep try to have discussion or keep talking. That I think that's the only way. What else? What else do we have?
Compared to Western boys, that must have been, how was that then? Is there honne and tatemae for Western boys with the ones that you were seeing?
At least American guys are more direct. I don't know, but maybe how British people have their sarcasm, things like that. Sometimes it's tricky, but people in the US are more simple.
What's tricky? What's tricky?
Like, I don't know.
The jokes or
Jokes are very tricky that it's hard for me to understand.
because they generally tell you straight away. All right. Okay, good. Oh, because they open up and they don't hide their
Yeah.
feelings.
Yes, yeah. There are many bad things.
Oh. What is like a compliment that Japanese boys like?
Compliments.
What advice would you give to Western girls who wanna have a Japanese boyfriend?
Be patient.